Alright, so here is my wish list for Hunt Showdown development 2023. I will bring up 10 points below in no particular order or priority, and I might point out one or two of them that I think is more important than the others, but otherwise they are in no particular order. So, by the way, I have 4,500 hours in the game, so quite a lot, but I'm a very average player, so I might be able to represent the average Hunt player. Yeah, so my wish list for development 2023 are as following. The first one, people has talked a lot about 2D replay, right? And if you play the game for a while, you know that after a match you are sometimes quite confused. What happened to that team, or did they split up? Did some of them leave? Did they kill another team, or which compound did they go to? And quite often you're confused. You don't really know what happened. And if you have a 2D replay, I don't know how they do this, but a map with colored lines for different teams or something like that, or players, then you can actually see what happened, and you can also learn from that, because you can think about what kind of mistakes you did during the game. So I think 2D replay would be really good. I'm glad that they included timestamps for your kills and deaths in the game, by the way, because that also makes it a little bit easier to see what actually happened. So the first one on my list is 2D replay. Okay, number 2. Another thing that people have been talking about, I think, is possibility to spectate the remaining hunters after you have extracted. Today you can only spectate if you die, which is fine, but I mean, when you have extracted, you are no longer any threat, or you cannot give information to anyone else about the game. So if you have extracted, I think it would be really nice if you just had a spectate button, because same as the first point with the 2D replay, sometimes you wonder what the heck happened, why are they fighting, or something like that, or are there 1 or 2 or 3 teams left, and you don't know. And then if you can spectate, you can see what happened and maybe learn a little bit more from it. So number 2 on my list is spectate after extraction. That would be great. Alright, so number 3. And number 3, I think, is a point that is more important than the others. This is what maybe the most important point for me that I would like to see in Hunt Showdown. And that is, you should get much more reward for playing the objective. PDO. Because I mean, let's face it, the best matches are when you actually fighting for the bounty. So I think those are the best engagement in the game. When you play the objective, when you have something to fight for, like the bounty. So I think that hunters should get a lot of more hunter dollars for getting out with bounty, and less dollars for extracting without bounty than they get today. This would mean that player would put in more effort to actually kill the boss, get the bounty, and get out with the bounty, and you will be forced to fight for it, or there will be more incentive to do that than today. And that would be, in some sense, also an anti-camping mechanic, because if you just sit in a bush, kill a person and extract, which will increase your MMR and your KD, but you will not play the objective, then you won't get any more or much less hunt dollars. So I would like to see that people get much more hunt dollars for extracting with bounty and much less hunt dollars for extracting without bounty. That would make people to fight for the bounty. This is the most important point, I think, in my list. Alright, so number 4. Yeah, now we have played it's the beginning of 2023 when I do this, and we have played the Devil's Moon event, and actually during this event, soloing has become insanely fun to play. Before it was a little bit hard. I played a whole shit lot of solo, but sometimes it's hard. I mean, you get a random headshot, or you trade with someone in your compound, and then you have to restart a new match, which is fine. But since they included a solo revive mechanic, you have a couple of more chances. So it would be great if they could have some kind of solo revive mechanic in the game even after this event. Probably not as OP as during the Devil's Moon event, because now you can almost infinitely revive yourself, you save your hunter, even if you're fully burnt out. And that I think they should remove. If you get fully burnt out, then your hunter should be gone. But if they don't burn you and you res with a certain trait or something that they can include, then I think the solo revive mechanic is a hell of a lot of fun, makes the game much more interesting and engaging, both for solos and teams. Teams have to watch the bodies, the solo revive with the risk of getting farmed, KD farmed or whatever you call it, but still you have a chance to get those very interesting clutch moments as a solo, especially if you're in a mid-fight where people are confused and they don't know that you're a solo or something like that. Then you can just revive, get into the fight again, and maybe get out with the clutch. So number 4 is some kind of solo revive mechanic even after the event would be so cool. Alright, number 5. So, guns. As you know, Hunt Showdown is a really good game with respect to so many things. For example, the sound design is awesome. I have never played a game that is so sound-based. The ambience, the environment, and it really makes you feel on edge, even if you have a couple of thousand hours in the game as I do. I mean, it makes my blood pump. Another thing that is really good in Hunt is the weapon balance. I think basically all the guns are very well balanced, both when it comes to power and when it comes to pricing. And so, having said that, I only have like 2 wishes when it comes to gun balancing. And one thing is that the new bomb lance is really cool, but I think they should include 2 ammo slots for bomb lance, so that you can have maybe 2 times 6 rounds per ammo type or something like that. That would be fine, and then the bomb lance would be more viable. The second one is about the aftermath. I think aftermath is the only gun in the game today that does not fit in a hunt type of game. When you hear an Avto, you know that okay, this game might be a totally different playstyle than normally. I mean, Hunt is all about hitting every single shot matters, right? And most of the guns are like one shot, then you move and one shot, and then the Avto is totally different. And I actually think that it's not really fitting in this game, and I very rarely play it myself, so I don't like to play it myself, and I don't like to counter it either. So they should nerf it, I think, in some way, or I wouldn't actually mind if they just removed it. So that's my only 2 wish for gun balance. And yeah, we don't talk about the uppercut rate, but so the bomb lance and the Avto are my 2 wishes as number 5 on my list. Alright, so number 6, that's about prestige, and I think that they should include somewhat higher reward or something for prestiging, more hunt dollars or something, or if they could include some kind of mechanic where you could vault or deposit your money that you have and then get them when you reach prestige 100 or something like that, because today there's not much incentive to actually do prestige, so except from the emblem that you get that you can show that you have done it. So some kind of a little bit more reward for prestiging I think would be would be fine. Alright, so that's number 6. Number 7, as I said, I play a lot of solo, but I also play a lot of quick play, which is also solo in some sense. I love a quick play. I think it's a really good King of the Hill game. And today you can only save maximum 4 hunters that you earn from winning a quick play game. So I would like them to increase the number of hunter slots for quick play Soul Survivor hunters from quick play. So maybe from 4 to 10 or something, or just increase it from 4. I think that would be great for people loving playing quick play. So that's number 7. And number 8, then I have a few traits. So I think people have mentioned this already. I think someone talked about maybe a trait for seeing dead bodies. You know, if you have been lucky and killed a lot of people, sometimes you have really hard time to find them. So there could be like a very cheap trait for like one trait point or maybe 2 that you can bring. And if you have it, you can see actually where the dead bodies are, so you can loot them. Or maybe include that possibility with the vulture trait. That's also another possibility. And then the second trait that would be nice, I think Psycho Ghost talk about this, that you can have a trait so that you can get your bars back in some way. It should be difficult to get them back, but if you achieve something like killing a team or getting a bounty or something like that, you can get your bars back in some way. If you can do that, then you can reduce the risk of people leaving the game because they missed the bar and that they know that they face long ammo, so they don't want to fight long ammo guys with the bar gone. So some kind of mechanic where you can get your bar back, I think would be interesting. I think they should strive for getting people to stay in the game, play for the objective, and not leaving. Alright, so that's number 8, two trait suggestions. And number 9, I think this is also quite important, since I play a lot solo, as I said, and today you are rewarded in some sense if you play solo versus trios. So basically you meet hunters that are 1 MMR lower than you. So let's say that you're a 4, then you meet like trios with MMR 3. And they can be, much less experienced than you, so you can sometimes feel that you have a bit of an advantage as a solo. And also, it's really hard to increase your MMR as a solo if you... it's enough with 1 3-star killing you as a 4-star, and then you really reduce yourself. And then you meet even less experienced the next game. So when I was down to 4 playing as a solo, sometimes I had like 10 kill games 3 times in a row, and I didn't increase my MMR from 4 to 5 because the ones I killed were lower MMR than me, so I didn't increase that much. And when I got killed, then I reduced a lot. So I think this is a bit, even though I play solo, it's a bit unfair for unexperienced trios that you have such a large advantage playing as a solo player against trios. So I think they should keep it, but maybe they should change. I mean, they should keep that you are fighting less experienced or lower MMR player when you're solo, but maybe that your MMR is affected in a different way, so that you don't know, it's easy for you to rank up your MMR even as a solo. Because as I said, I can play 3 games with 10 kill per game and not rank up, and then I play bounty hunt with the team, kill 1 person, and then immediately I go up 1 star from 4 to 5 because they are 5 stars, for example. So they should look at this MMR system for solo players, I think. Alright, so that's number 9, a little bit complicated there, I realize that, but still look at the MMR ranking for solo players. And number 10, the last one, which everyone talks about, it's always nice to to have new maps. I mean, variation. I like all the maps, but variation is a very good thing when you play games like this. So if they could add a fourth map, it's a lot of job for them, but I think that would be really, really appreciated. I much rather see a new map than some new AI or new boss or something like that, because maps are really important to get to know if you want to have good PvP fights. All right, so there you have it. That's my number 10. That's my 10 points wish list for Hunt Showdown development for 2023. All right, see you later.